mostly about relatives, teenagers, friends, and growing up. It's not at all depressing.
No heart-wrenching tales about suicidal orphans desperately searching for the meaning of life.
No tales of a love-starved punk desperately wants to find himself.
No stories about drugs or drug addicts. We've all had a talent into our heads to just say no. If these idiots who do drugs would stop, we clean people wouldn't have to be tormented by these dumb ad campaigns.
I don't know about you, but I am sick and tired of going into IHOP and having to wait an hour for some eggs because some schmuck in the kitchen is making public service announcements. This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs.
I know it's like, I don't do drugs. Give me my damn breakfast.
So we just thought we should warn you that you won't be needing those Kleenex.
And we promise no suicide law.
Thanks. I hate irony. That's the only thing that makes me mad. And it's all over the world. I mean, isn't it ironic that Dan Quayle, who sneaked out of the army using his connections, could become commander-in-chief of the entire military if George Bush died? And you never know what an arterial fibrillation is going to happen. Isn't it ironic that teachers tell you 100 times that practice makes perfect? Then they turn around and tell you that nobody's perfect. What sense does that make? Isn't it ironic that Buzz McKenzie is a pit bull, the most fierce, vicious, unpredictable breed of dog there is? Ah! Yet these morons keep feeding him beers. That's real brilliant. It's like saying, sure, you can let the baby play with Cujo. I hate irony. See those two lovebirds over there? He's my best friend in the whole world. She's the woman of my dreams. So now I've got both of them telling me just how wonderful the other one is. You know, if I had the guts to tell them how I feel, well, then I wouldn't be standing here telling you about irony. Which I hate, by the way. Did I mention that? You know, if I hear one more ironic thing today, I'm gonna...
I hate this.
I hate this world.
The only reason he's not on acid is I could kill himself if I broke up with him.
The only reason I'm still dating her is because she killed me if we broke up.
Grandparents are weird. I'll prove it. I remember when I was 6 years old, my father took me to one of those 4th of July parties that some of his old college roommates were having. It was great. Every kid in the neighborhood was there. All 700 of them. Anyway, there was this one kid who had this toy record there. Well, it wasn't exactly a toy. I mean, it works and everything. Anyway, halfway through the party, the kid leaves. So I wanted to give it back to him. So I go up to the kid's mother, and I say, where's Bobby?
Oh, he's outside.
Great. 700 goddamn kids outside, and I've got to interrogate each one 5 times just to figure out where he is. But then it hit me. Like a ton of bricks. Take the record player, go outside, turn the volume on 10, put the needle on the record, and when it starts playing, you'll come running, right? Right! It ain't that easy. I put the needle on the record. By the way, it wasn't the best record in the world. It was like the Sesame Street theme song or something. Anyway, I put the needle on the record, and all hell breaks loose. Adults and kids have different reactions to different things. If you're an adult having a stimulating conversation about nuclear physics, and all of a sudden you hear this Sesame Street theme song, you're gonna have one reaction. Turn that crap off! And if you're a kid sitting there and all of a sudden you hear the Sesame Street theme song, you're gonna have 2 reactions. Start singing and dancing like a solid gold dancer. Kids love it. For one main reason, they know the words. Anyway, picture this. I got 91 goddamn adults back here urging me to turn that crap off! And 700 kids singing and dancing their heads off. With one lone girl pushing her way through the crowd to try to get the record player to save her parents from years of embarrassment. With this time, we're in the closet wishing they had moved on. Carry it. And then there's me, standing here, wondering why everyone is acting so damn weird. Which brings me to my grandfather. Like I said in the beginning, he's weird. The day after my father told him this story, my grandfather bought me a toy record player. But my grandfather's also smart. He bought me headphones.
me. You should see my grandpa. He's so weird and embarrassing. All he does all day is sit in his house in Florida and watches MTV. Do you know how mortifying it is when your grandpa knows the words of songs better than you do? I mean, like when I'm in the mall, and all my friends are passing by, waving hello. And then suddenly my grandpa, who's walking next to me, starts singing.
Welcome to the jungle.
Sort of disturbing. I mean, the guy's like 97 years old and he knows the words of songs better than I do. I mean, he walks around the house all day going,
Armageddon.
and I'm sitting there saying, oh no, not again. And if that wasn't bad enough, my grandma's even worse. She does 3 things. Only 3 things. All day and all night when she's not sleeping. She's knitting, smoking, or watching television. The woman knits sweaters and she lives in Florida. Why? She lives in Florida. It's not even like she gives them away, probably because she knows no one would want them. For smoking, she just lights them up and sucks them down. I swear the woman hasn't exhaled in 73 years. And the laughter doesn't even count. Because she doesn't really watch it, she just likes to have it on. You know people like this? People that turn the TV on, and they're not watching it, and you can see they're not watching it, so you go to change the channel, and they always say the same thing. I'm not back, I was watching that.
I just watched the MTV. The new Poison video was on. You should chill out.
So all day she knits and smokes, knits and smokes, knits and smokes. And okay, she listens to the television. I'm back yet! I'm gonna get you! Speaking of smoking, do you remember in junior high when they showed you those anti-smoking films? The ones that tried to scare you out of smoking by showing you the worst cases ever? Like the guy on his dorm because of the gum disease he had, and he had to talk like this. Oh yeah, smoking good. Do you know this one? And the guy was so addicted that he kept on smoking. Granted, he had no mouth. He just takes a cigarette and puts it down there in his mouth. You know, eliminate the middleman. Now, I admit they're a good idea and all, but some of them just don't make sense. They're always showing you the comparison of the smoker's lung and the healthy lung. They always go, this is the lung of a smoker. It's black and gooky. This is the lung of a non-smoker. See how healthy and pink it is? Hey, folks, if the lung is so damn healthy, how come the guy it belongs to is so damn dead? It's like saying, well, gee, I'm dead, but hey, my lungs are healthy.
This irony is driving me crazy. Isn't it ironic that in all the 17 years of my life, I've seen about 8 trillion cramp-panic adjustable bed commercials, but I've never seen an actual bed in anyone's home. How do they make any money when nobody buys a stupid bed?
Yes, you can get a free color television set with every purchase of a cramp-panic adjustable bed.
Who cares? Nobody gets a television because nobody buys the bed. Isn't it ironic that 7 people who go for a 3-hour tour and wind up on a deserted island just happen to bring along enough clothing for 7 seasons with CBS and 3 reunion specials? I mean, I've gone on 3-hour tours before. I don't bring along my whole wardrobe. No, but Thurston and Lovey bring along the National Debt. The professor brings along the entire chemistry lab and the Library of Congress. I mean, come on. No wonder the ship sunk. They had so much crap on the boat. And isn't it ironic that after 5 months of waiting for my best friend to break up with the girl of my dreams, putting off getting a girlfriend of my own, just so I'd be free for when they break up. After 5 months, I figure, hey, it's not gonna happen. We're probably gonna get married and have lots of perfect kids, so I'll be forced to hear from them how wonderful their mommy and daddy are. After 5 months, 5 months, Jesus. 5 months, goddammit! After 5 months, I waited 5 months! I finally got myself a nice girlfriend! And what happened the very next day? They freaking break up! Can you believe this? Hey, pal. Excuse me a second. Hey, Dave, how you let up?
Good. Very good. Fast in all honesty. Sad over.
Hey, that's great. I mean, it's good to hear that.
I have to say, it's mostly because of you.
Oh, come on. Please, don't mention it. It's making me sick.
That's why it makes me feel so strange coming here and asking for a favor.
Gee, we couldn't see that coming 10 miles away, now could we? A favor?
Yeah, thanks to my church.
Yeah.
Get it?
You want a Pepsi or evaporated milk?
There's one right here. Oh, forget about it. You know, it's coming up next week. And now that we've broken up, I just don't think I can handle taking it.
And you want me to talk to her, so you want to take it.
Well, it's just that if we were stuck with each other, I don't think either one of us could have any fun together.
All right, don't worry about it. I'll talk to her.
Thank you so much. I don't know how to thank you.
So Billy Joel tickets would be nice. What? What? I'll talk to her. Can I help it if I'm a nice guy who likes to help his friends?
So I'm in the shopping store, getting my blanket, my new blanket. This is the blanket that my father told me he was going to get me for the past month. I mean, every time it was the same thing, every weekend. Go to get your blanket this weekend, son. Yeah, right there. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. What happened? It's a joke or something? He never got me the blanket. Finally, I talked him into it, went to the store, and I'm online at the checkout. And in front of me, there's this little girl in the shopping cart screaming her head off, trying to make an escape. And this poor mother is trying to shut this kid up. And this happens all the time. You've seen this happen. And there's three things you can always learn in this situation. First of all, you learn the child's name. This is due to the fact that the mother says it about 4 billion times a second.
Dora, cut it out. Dora, 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 stop that. Dora, Dora!
You get the picture. Second of all, you see what kind of mother it is. Now, if she's an intelligent mother, she'll try to bribe the kid into shutting up.
Dora, it's pretty good. Mommy will buy you some candy.
Now, this should pacify about 75% of crying babies. Obviously, the attempt was rejected. Stupid kid. Now we see that the mother tries a new approach.
Dora, when you get home, you're going to get the spanking of your life.
What a stupid thing to say, especially when you consider the fact that her life is only 2 years long. You should save threats like this. When you really mean that she's gonna get a spanking that will be bigger than any spanking she's ever gotten or could ever hope to get. The kind of spanking you give to her after she's drop-kicked her pet hamster into the neighbor's outdoor swimming pool during their 4th of July barbecue. Something like that. In Dora's case, I think you should only have to wait about 2 years. Last of all, we find out the mother's state of mind.
Dora, you're right. It's great.
Obviously, she's Looney Tunes. That's all, folks. Now, when I asked my father if I was ever that bad, he didn't say anything. Just gave me this strange look. Well, anyway, I'm going to bed now with my new blanket.
I know that what I'm about to do is sly, sneaky, conniving, and underhanded. But it's just so damn effective, I can't help but do it. Dad? Can I borrow the car tonight?
Well, honey, I love to like this, but why don't you go ask your mother?
Darn. Okay. So most people would be discouraged if it's been crashed and burned on the first try, but I'm used to being sent to mom for all the real decisions. The only reason I asked my father in the first place is because it makes us feel important. I know my mom will send me right back to the money as soon as I can have the car. It's sort of a I am rubber and you're glue situation. Mom? Yeah? Oh no.
I see it in your eyes already. You want something, don't you? You know, all I get all day long is, I want this or I want that. Give me the coffee or my business code.
Hey, honey, can you get me a beer?
Or, hon, could you get me a beer? Hon, could you get off your lazy ass and walk the whole switch around to the kitchen that's 10 feet away from you and get your own damn beer? Pretty please?
I'll take that as a no.
This isn't going too well, and I haven't even asked her yet.
See what I mean? All damn inundated. lazy, demanding creep. Do I ever do that? Now I'm too busy working my ass off for other people. I'm dear Abby for crying out loud.
Really hope the heavy mood swings through intense PMS are not hereditary.
So what is it? Huh? You want money? Too bad, I'm broke. I spent all on that wonderful feast you ate tonight that I slaved to make. I spent 7 hours in a hot kitchen, baking and frying and boiling and sautéing every morsel of perfection, while at the same time, sending out my report to the board, serving beer to Clayton over there, and explaining to your younger brother why he shouldn't put Neva's wig in the garbage disposal. So don't ask for money.
But Mom, I just wanted to ask you if I...
What? You want blood? Huh? Is that what you want? Why not? I'm already a typist, a bartender, and a child psychologist. I don't think it'll be too much trouble for me to be a nurse or two instead of a transfusion for you. Is that what you want? Huh? What do you want?
Watch this. I just wanted to say, I love you, Mommy.
Dear sweet baby. Come here. Hug and kiss. Oh, I'm so sorry for yelling at you. I've been under a lot of stress lately and female problems too, you know?
Sure, Mom. I understand.
Still, no reason for my snapping at you like I did. So ashamed. Is there anything I can do to make it up to you?
Well, now that you mention it,
Yes?
can I borrow the car tonight?
Sure, my sweet baby. Oh, and while you're out, can you put some Midol for me? Your father will give you the money for it.
Sure, Mom. Anything you say. You see, it works every time.
If I could go back in time, I would go to the late 60s just to see my uncle. From what my parents and grandparents tell me, he was a full-blown hippie, the kind of guy who would just sit in his room and think of all this weird philosophical stuff and try to become one with the universe.
Maybe the letter B was actually supposed to look like the letter Q, but somehow along the way they got mixed up. Prove it.
They tell me he used to take part in those peace rallies and got arrested 3 of them.
Maybe mirrors are actually portals to another dimension, and the only reason you can't just push through them is because then there's another one of you on the opposite side, pulling and pushing with an equal force.
Ruby. He met his wife in Woodstock. Of all places, it's so cool.
Maybe the colors we see are really the opposite. Like a negative for a photograph, man. That way, Jimi Hendrix is a white guy. Ruby.
But that was all in the past.
Why those British people put those extra U's in words like color and flavor? I mean, hey man, maybe there's some British dude over in like Venice or London or wherever they have over there, sitting on a couch wondering why Americans keep the letters out.
Ruby. It's so different. He's vice president of a Fortune 500 sales corporation, has a $600,000 house, and yes, it's horrible but true. He listens to light music.
Pardon me, do any of you have any grapes, Paul? Me and Lovey ran out. I'm sorry.
Such a tragic thing, isn't it?
Frank? Frank? Hey, Frank, it is running.
Frank, get over here!
What?
Oh, Aaron, it's you.
Terrific. Not good. Terrific way to be lifted off my shoulders.
Good. There is one thing,
You know what I'm really grateful for, though? Is the fact that I don't have to go to the farm anymore. Now, you can't say anything about not Christmas, but I think I know him well enough to safely say that he does not want to go. Which one ever gets on?
Well, that was the easiest thing I've ever done for somebody.
The only problem I have now is the fact that I have this knockout dress, a rented limousine, and no date. What do you think I should do?
I can't believe she's asking me what she's gonna do. How ironic.
Maybe I just won't go. No, it's all becoming so cliche.
No. You can't do that. Believe me, we'll regret it. I mean, you'll regret it later on in life.
Maybe you're right. I know. I think I'll go with Joey Brickler.
Be president of the illustrious chess club. This is the one who got so nervous when he went on stage to accept his perfect attendance award that he wet himself in front of the entire student body. As you can see, this is quality prom day material.
Wouldn't that keep Dave mad? I mean, seeing me there was such a geek. Oh, God, just a little bit of revenge to get back at him for the 5 months of hell he put me through.
What was that you said before about having fun?
Okay, you got me. No, I've got to off my phone. Who cares if Dave gets mad anyway? He should have a good time. I should have a good time. What else should we make everybody at the prom miserable? But it's almost time. Who can I ask?
Well, if you put that knife down, you could ask me.
You?
Oh my God, I can't believe I said it. The word just slipped out of my mouth. What if I can take it back? I'll just say, oh no, I was just pulling your leg. She thinks I'm a jerk.
Would you really go with me? I mean, seriously, you're not joking, right? Because, I mean, you're a great man. You've been so great and you helped me out so much.
And I'm sure we'll have fun. I mean, maybe not in the formal sense of the word, but really.
Sure, I mean, we'll have a great time. You know, I've been walking around here all day thinking, who can I go to the prom with? Who can go to the prom with me? Who should I ask? Who should I ask? Rocking my brain. And the obvious choice, a great privilege, is right in front of me. Isn't that ironic?
Wow, you can say that again. Oh, I just hasn't been so bad after all. I mean, I'm sure we won't become boyfriend and girlfriend in a little bit. Girlfriend? I forgot about my girlfriend. What am I going to do about Mindy?
Frank?
Mindy.
Frank, listen. I have to tell you. See, someone else asked me to the prom, and I would really like to say what. I feel so bad about this.
You want to go with someone else? Sure, go ahead. Have a good time. Don't worry about me. The important thing is that you have fun.
You really mean that?
Scout time. Well, I wasn't really in the Boy Scouts, but this always fulfills confidence.
Oh, Frank, you're such a sweetheart. So, Dave, I'm ready.
Remember all those things I said before about hating irony? Just pretend I never said it.
Not at all depressing.
No heart-wrenching sketch to that.
Both of us love-starved hunkies just really need to find themselves.
And definitely no stories about drugs or drug addicts. We've all had it pounded into our heads to just say no. If these idiots who do drugs would stop, we clean people would have to be tormented by these dumb ass kids.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of going to IHOP and having to wait an hour for some eggs because some schmuck in the kitchen is making public service announcements. This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain answer.
I know, it's like, listen, I don't do drugs. Just give me my damn breakfast.
So we just thought we should warn you that you won't be needing those Kleenex.
And we promise no suicide.
Thanks.
Go, baby.
I hate irony. That's the only thing that makes me mad. And it's all over the world. I mean, isn't it ironic that Dan Quayle, who sneaked out of the army using his connections, could become commander-in-chief of the entire military at George Bush time? I've never known our arterial fibrillation is going to happen. Isn't it ironic that teachers tell you 100 times that practice makes perfect, and the governor will tell you that nobody's perfect? What sense does that make? I mean, isn't it ironic that Bug McKenzie is a pit bull? The most fierce, vicious, unpredictable breed of dog there is. Rah! Yet these morons keep feeding him beers. But they're saying, sure, you can hit the baby play, but Cujo! I hate irony! See those two lovebirds over there? He's my best friend in the whole world, and she's the woman of my dreams. So now I've got both of them telling me just how wonderful the other one is. You know, if I had the guts to tell them how I feel, well, then I wouldn't be standing here telling you about irony. Which I hate, by the way. Did I mention that? You know, if I hear one more ironic thing today, I'm gonna...
What?
Scream.
Ow! I hate that creep.
Man, I hate this Blanche.
You know, the only reason I'm still going out with him is because he killed himself if I broke up with him.
The only reason I'm still dating her is because she'd kill me if we broke up.
Grandparents are weird. I'll prove it. I remember when I was 6 years old. My father took me to a 4th of July party that some of his friends were having. It was great. Every kid in the neighborhood was there. All 700 of them. Anyway, there was this girl, and she had this toy record player. I mean, it wasn't exactly a toy, I mean, it worked and everything. Anyway, halfway through the party, the girl left. And I wanted to get back to her. So I went up to the girl's mother, and I said, where's Bobby?
Oh, it's outside.
Great. 700 goddamn kids outside, and I've got to interrogate each one 5 times just to find out whose it is. But then it hit me. Like a ton of bricks. Take the record player, put it on the patio, turn up the volume, put the needle on the record, and as soon as the kid hears it, he'll come running, right?
Right!
It ain't that easy. I put the needle on the record. By the way, it wasn't the best record in the world. It was like the Sesame Street theme song or something. Anyway, I put the needle on the record, and all hell breaks loose. Adults and kids have different reactions to everything. If you're an adult having a stimulating conversation about nuclear physics, and all of a sudden you hear this theme song, you're going to have one reaction.
Turn that crap off!
If you're a kid sitting there and all of a sudden you hear the Sesame Street theme song, you're going to have 2 reactions. Start singing and dancing like a solid gold dancer. Picture this. I got 91 goddamn parents urging me to turn that crap off! And 700 kids singing and dancing their heads off. With one lone girl trying to break through the crowd to get the record player to save her parents from years of embarrassment. Who at this time were in the closet wishing they had moved to Ontario.
I told you 100 times, move to Canada. But now, you gotta stay here so we can be a parent instead of all friends.
And then there's me! Sitting here wondering why everyone's acting so goddamn strange! That brings me to my grandfather. Like I said in the beginning, he's weird. The next day after my father told him the story, my grandfather went out and bought me a toy record player. But my grandfather was also smart. He bought me headphones too.
Sounds pretty normal to me. You should see my grandpa. He's so weird and embarrassing. All he does is sit in his house in Florida all day and watch MTV. I mean, it's sort of disturbing when your grandpa knows the words to songs better than you do. I mean, when I'm in the mall and I'm walking by and I'm passing by my friends and they're all waving hello, and then suddenly my grandpa, who's walking next to me, starts singing. Welcome to the jungle. It's the guy's like 97 years old and he walks around the house going, Armageddon. And I'm sitting there saying, oh no, not again. And if that wasn't bad enough, my grandma's even stranger. She does 3 things. Only 3 things. All day and all night when she's not sleeping. She's knitting, smoking, or watching television. The woman lives in Florida and she knits sweaters. Why? She lives in Florida. She doesn't even give them away, probably because she knows no one would want them. For smoking, I swear the woman hasn't exhaled in 73 years. She just lights it up and sucks it down, while at the same time continues her knitting. The 3rd one doesn't even count, because she doesn't even watch it. She just likes to have it on. You know people like this? The kind that leave the TV on, and you can see they're not watching it, so you go to change the channel, and they all say the same thing.
Turn that back! I was watching that!
I just wanted to turn to MTV. The new Poison video we're doing. Chill out.
So all day, she knits smokes, Missy smokes. And okay, she listens to the television.
Hey, come back here. I'm gonna get you.
Speaking of smoking, do you remember in junior high when they showed you those anti-smoking films? The ones that tried to scare you out of smoking by showing the worst cases ever. Like the guy who had his jaw because the gum was in the air, and they had to talk like this. Oh yeah, it's smoking good. You know this one? And the guy was so addicted that he kept on smoking. Granted, he had no mouth. He just takes a cigarette and puts it down there in his lungs. You know, eliminates the middleman. Now, I admit, they're a good idea and all, but some of them just don't make sense. They're always showing you the comparison of the smoker's lung and the healthy lung. They always go, this is the lung of a smoker. It's black and gusky. This is the lung of a non-smoker. See how healthy and pink it is? Hey folks, if the lung is so damn healthy, how come the guy it belongs to is so damn dead? They say, well, gee, I'm dead, but hey, my lungs are healthy.
This irony is driving me crazy. Isn't it ironic that in all the 17 years of my life, I've seen about 8 trillion crack-packed industrial beds, but I've never seen an actual bed in anyone's home. How do they make any money when nobody buys the stupid bed?
Yes, you can get a free color television set with every purchase of a craft-packed adjustable bed.
Who cares? Nobody gets a free television because nobody buys the bed. Isn't it ironic that 7 people who go for a 3-hour tour and wind up on a deserted island just happen to bring along enough clothing for 7 seasons of CBS and 3 reunion specials? I mean, I've been on 3-hour tours before. I don't bring along my whole wardrobe. But Thurston and Lovey bring along the National Deck. The professor brings along the entire chemistry lab and the Library of Congress. I mean, come on. No wonder the ship sunk. They had so much crap on the boats. And isn't that right? And after 5 months of waiting for my best friend to break up with the girl of my dreams, putting off getting a girlfriend of my own just so I'd be free for when they break up.
After 5 months, I figured, hey, it's not going to happen. They're probably going to get married and have lots of perfect kids. So I'll be forced to hear from them how wonderful their mommy and daddy are.
After 5 months! 5 months? Jesus. 5 months! God damn it! After 5 months! I finally get myself a nice girlfriend! And what happens the very next day? They freaking break up! Can you believe this shit? So, excuse me a second. Hey pal, how you doing?
Good, very good. In fact, I can say in all honesty that I'm over her now.
That's great. I'm interested to hear that.
And I have to say, it's mostly because of you.
Oh, come on.
No, really, if it wasn't for your help getting me through all this,
Please, don't answer.
You just anything you say.
why does it feel so strange coming to you and asking for a favor?
Gee, we couldn't see that coming 10 miles away, now could we?
A favor?
Yeah. The prom is coming up next week. And now that we've broken up, I just don't think I can handle taking it.
And you want me to talk to her, so you want to take it?
It's just that we were stuck with each other. Neither one of us had
All right, don't worry about it. I'll talk to her.
Thank you so much. I don't know how to do that.
So, Billy Joel think this would be nice. What? What? Can I help it if I'm a nice guy who likes to help his friend? I'll talk to her, all right?
James! So, I'm at the shopping store, right? Getting my new blanket. This is the blanket that my father said he was going to get me for the past, year. And he never, every weekend, it was the same story. Yeah, we're going to get your blanket this weekend, son. Right, Dad. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the weekend goes by. What happened? A joke or something? Anyway, I finally talked him into going to the store, getting the blanket. Now, we're online. And in front of me, there's this crying baby, scurrying to make an escape from the hard plastic shopping cart. And this poor mother trying to just to shut this kid up. Now, this happens all the time. You probably see this happening, and there's three things you can always find out in this situation. First of all, you find out the kid's name. This is usually due to the fact that the mother says it about 4 billion times a minute.
Dora, Dora, please stop. Dora, now Dora, stop that. Dora, stop. Dora, Dora.
You get the picture. Also find out what type of mother is. Now, if she's a smart mother, she'll try to bribe the kid to shut up.
Dora, if you're doing good, Mommy will buy you some candy.
Now, this should satisfy about 75% of the crime beat. Obviously, the attempt was rejected. Still, but candy, look at that. It's got nougat. You like that? Now, after the bribery doesn't work, the mother tries a new one.
When we get home, you're going to get the spanking of your life.
What a stupid thing to say, especially when you consider the fact that the kid's only 2 years old. Spanking of her life, you should say threats like that when you really mean it. She's gonna get a spanking that is bigger than any spanking she's gotten up to this point, and will be bigger than any spanking she will hope to get. You should say threats like that for when she drop kicks her hamster into the neighbor's outdoor swimming pool during the 4th of July barbecue. Then you can say she's gonna get the spanking of her life. In Dora's case, I think you should only have to wait about 2 more years. Finally, we learn the mother's state of mind.
Dora, you're driving me crazy.
Obviously, the mother and the kid is loony. And when I asked my father if I was ever that bad, he didn't really answer me. He just kind of gave me a look. Well, anyway, I'm going to bed. My new blanket.
I know that one of the best do, kind of sly, sneaky, conniving, and underhanded. But it's just so damn effective, I can't help but do it. Dad, can I borrow this car tonight?
Well, honey, you know I'd love to let you. Go ask your mother.
Darn, like I didn't expect that answer. Okay, so most people would be discouraged after such a crash and burn on the first try, but I'm used to being sent to my mom for all real business. The only reason I asked my father in the first place is because it makes me feel important. Besides, I know she'll take me right back in for money as soon as she says that I can have the car. It's sort of a I am rubber and you're glue situation. Mom? Yes? Oh no.
I see in your eyes already. You want something, don't you? You know, all I get all day long. I want this and I want that. Give me some coffee or my business coat.
Hey, honey, can you get me a beer, please?
Or, hon, did you get me a beer? Hon, did you get off your lazy ass and walk the whole human trail and get to that 10 feet away from your own damn beer? Pretty please?
I'll take that as a no.
This isn't working too well, and I haven't even asked her yet.
See what I mean? All damn inundated with these lazy, demanding creatures. Do I ever get rest? No, I'm beer addict for crying out loud.
I really hope that heavy mood swings due to intense PMS are not
So
hereditary.
what? You want money? Too bad, I'm broke. I spent all of it on that wonderful situation like that I'm glad to make. I spent 7 hours in this hot kitchen, baking and frying and boiling and sauteing every work to perfection, while at the same time having at my fingers were I was like over there and bring your younger brother lying just on Mima's wing in the garbage disposal. So don't ask for money.
But Mom, I just wanted to ask
What? You want blood? Hi, that was blood. Why not? I'm already a typist, a bartender, and a no problem. No?
Sure, Mom. I understand.
Still, no reason for my snapping at you like I did. God, I'm so ashamed. Is there anything I can do to make it up to you? Well, now that you mention it, yeah? Can I buy this car tonight? Sure, my sweet baby. Oh, and while you're out, can you pick up some Midol for me, please? Your father will give you the money for it.
Anything you say, Mom. See, it works every time.
If I could go back in time, I would go to the late 60s. Just to see my uncle. From what my parents and grandparents tell me, he was a full-blown hippie. The kind of guy who would just sit in his room and think of all this weird philosophical stuff.
What if the letter B is actually supposed to look like the letter Q? Somehow along the way it got mixed up. Prove it!
They tell me he used to take part in those kids rallies, and he got arrested at 3 of them.
Maybe mirrors are actually portholes to another dimension. And the reason you can't just push through them with your finger is there's another one of you on the opposite side pushing with an equal force.
What's up? Of all places, that's so cool.
What if the colors that we see are really the opposite? Like a negative for a photograph, man. That way, Jimi Hendrix is a white guy.
That was all the past.
Why do the British put those extra U's in words like colour and flavor? Hey man, maybe there's some British dude over in like England or someplace like that wondering why Americans leave the U's out of the words. Prove it.
It's so funny, now he's so different. He's a vice president of a Fortune 500 sales corporation. Has a $600,000 house, and yes, it's horrible but true. He listens to light music.
Pardon me, do any of you have any drinks with me and money?
Such a tragic thing, isn't it?
The people that are in charge of it in San Diego, and they've asked me to speak at their fundraiser, and I said that I will as long as they.
All right. First of all, although our play is mostly about relatives, teenagers, friends, and grown ups, it's not at all depressing.
No heart-wrenching tales about suicidal orphans desperately searching for the meaning of life.
No tear-jerking tales of a love-starved couple who desperately wants to find themselves.
And definitely no stories about drugs or drug addicts. We've all had it pounded into our heads to just say no. If these idiots who do drugs would stop, we clean people would not be tormented by these dumb ad campaigns.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of going into IHOP and having to wait an hour for some eggs because some schmuck in the kitchen is making public service announcements. This is a brain. This is drugs. This is a brain on drugs.
I know, it's like, I don't do drugs, just give me my damn breakfast.
So we just thought we should warn you that you won't be needing those Kleenex.
And we promise no suicide bombers. Ziegler!
Give me some! I hate Ireland. That's the only thing that makes me mad. And it's all over the world. I mean, isn't it ironic that Dan Quayle, who sneaked out of the army using his connections, could become commander-in-chief of the entire military if George Bush died? And you never know what arterial fibrillation is going to happen. I mean, isn't it ironic that teachers tell you 100 times that practice makes perfect, and they turn around and tell you that nobody's perfect? What the hell sense does that make? I mean, isn't it ironic that Bugs McKenzie is a pit bull. The most fierce, vicious, unpredictable breed of dog there is. Ah! Yet these morons keep feeding him beers. That's real good. As I'm saying, sure, you can let the baby play with Cujo. I hate irony. See those two lovebirds over there? He's my best friend in the whole world. She's the woman of my dreams. So now I've got both of them telling me just how wonderful the other one is. You know, if I had the guts to tell them how I feel, well, then I wouldn't be standing here telling you about irony. Would I, by the way? Did I mention that? You know, if I hear one more ironic thing today, I'm gonna... What? I'm gonna... Scream.
How was
God, I hate that creep.
Man, I hate this wench.
You know the only reason I'm still going out with him is because he'd kill himself if I broke up with him?
The only reason I'm still dating her is because she'd kill me if we broke up.
Grandparents are weird. I'll prove it. When I was about 6 years old, my father took me to a 4th of July party with some of his college friends. It was great. Every kid in the neighborhood was there. All 700. Anyway, the girl who lived there had this toy record player. Well, I mean, it wasn't really a toy. It works and everything. Anyway, halfway through the party, the girl leaves. So I want to give it back to her. So I go up to the girl's mother and I say, where's Bobby?
Oh, he's outside.
Great. 700 goddamn kids outside, and I've got to interrogate each one 5 times just to find where he is. But then it hit me. Shit to the key. Take the record player, put it out on the patio, turn the volume up to 10, put the needle on the record, and when the record starts playing, the kid will come, right? Right! It ain't that easy. I take the needle, I put it on the record. By the way, it wasn't the best record in the world. It was like the Sesame Street theme song or something. Anyway, I put the needle on the record, and all hell breaks loose. See, adults and kids have different reactions to everything. You're an adult sitting there, having an intelligent conversation about nuclear physics, and all of a sudden you hear the Sesame Street theme song, you're going to have one reaction. Turn that crap off! And if you're a kid sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear the Sesame Street theme song, you're going to have 2 reactions. Start singing and dancing like a solid gold dancer. Anyway, picture this. I got 91 goddamn parents back here urging me to turn that crap off! And 700 kids singing and dancing their hearts out. While one lone girl pushes her way through the crowd to try to get the record player to save her parents from years of embarrassment. Who was just kind of in the closet, hiding, wishing they had moved to Ontario.
I told you 100 times to move to Canada. But no, you gotta stay here so we can be embarrassed in front of all our friends.
And then there's me, sitting here wondering why everyone's acting so damn strange. That brings me to my grandfather. Like I said in the beginning, he's weird. The day after my father told him the story, my grandfather went out and bought me a toy record player. But my grandfather's also smart. He bought me headphones, too.
You think that's weird? Sounds pretty normal to me. You should see my grandfather. He's so weird and embarrassing. All he does all day is sit in his house in Florida and watch MTV. It's really disturbing when your grandfather knows the words to songs better than you do. I mean, I'm in the mall, and all my friends are waving. Passing by it, my grandfather starts singing.
Welcome to the jungle.
It's so mortifying. The guy walks around the house all day going,
Armageddon.
and I'm saying, oh no, not again. And if that wasn't bad enough, my grandma's even worse. She does 3 things all day. Only 3 things. When she's not sleeping, she's either knitting, smoking, or watching television. The woman lives in Florida and she knits sweaters. Why? She lives in Florida. She doesn't even give them away, probably because she doesn't know what to want them. For smoking, I swear the woman hasn't exhaled in 73 years. She just lights them up and sucks it down a while at the same time continues her knitting. third one doesn't even count because she doesn't really watch it. She just likes to have it on. You know people like this? People that leave the TV on and don't watch it, and you can see they're not watching it, so you go to change the channel and they all say the same thing.
Turn that back! I was watching that!
I wanted to turn to MTV. The new poison video. Oh, you just chill out.
So all day she knits and smokes, and okay, she listens to the television.
Come back here! I'm gonna get you!
Speaking of smoking, remember in junior high when they showed you those anti-smoking films? The ones that tried to scare you out of smoking by showing the worst tastes ever? Like that guy who had his jaw removed because of the gun he had, and he had talk like this. Oh yeah, smoking good. You know this one? And the guy was so addicted that he just kept on smoking. Granted, he had no mouth. He just takes a cigarette and puts it down there in his lungs. You know, eliminate the middleman. Now, I admit, they're a good idea and all, but some of them just don't make sense. They're always showing you the comparison of the smoker's lung and the healthy lung. They go, this is the lung of a smoker. It's black and gooey. This is the lung of a non-smoker. See how healthy and pink it is? Hey folks, if the lung is so damn healthy, how come the guy it belongs to is so damn dead? It's like saying, well, gee, I'm dead, but hey, my lungs are healthy.
This irony is driving me crazy. Isn't it that in all the 17 years of my life, I've seen about 8 trillion craftmatic adjustable bed commercials, but I've never seen an actual bed in anyone's home. How do they make any money when no one buys a stupid bed?
It's like, you can get a free color television set with every purchase of a Craftmatic adjustable bed.
Who cares? Nobody gets the free television because nobody buys the bed. Isn't it ironic that 7 people who go for a 3-hour tour and wind up on a deserted island just happen to bring along enough clothing for 7 seasons with CBS and 3 reunion specials? I mean, I've gone on 3-hour tours before. I don't bring along my whole wardrobe. Oh, with Thurston and Lovey, you bring along the National Debt. The professor brings the entire chemistry lab and the Library of Congress. I mean, come on. No wonder the ship sunk. There's so much crap on the boat. And isn't it ironic that after 5 months of waiting for my best friend to break up with the girl of my dreams, putting off getting a girlfriend of my own just so I'd be free for when they break up, after 5 months I figure, hey, it's not going to happen until I can get married and have lots of perfect kids, so I'll be forced to hear from them how wonderful their mommy and daddy are. After 5 months, 5 months, 5 months, goddammit! After 5 months, I finally get myself a nice girlfriend. And what happens the very next day? They freaking break up! Can you believe this shit?
Hey, pal.
Excuse me a second. Hey, Dave, how you holding up?
Good. Very good. In fact, in all honesty, over now.
That's great. I mean, it's good to hear that.
And I have to say, mostly because of you.
Oh, come on.
No, if it wasn't for all your help getting me through all this,
Oh, please, don't mention.
He's making me sick.
that's why it's so strange coming to you and asking for a favor.
Gee, we couldn't see that coming 10 miles away, now could we? Favor.
You know, the prom's going on next week. And now that we're broken up, I just don't think I can handle taking it.
And you want me to talk to her, tell her you won't take her?
It's just that if we were stuck with each other, I don't think either one of us is having fun.
All right, don't worry about it. I'll talk to her.
Thank you so much. I don't know how to do the best. Thank you.
Well, some Billy Joel tickets would be nice. What? What? I'll talk to her. Can I help it if I'm a nice guy who likes to help his friends? So I'm in this department store.
getting my blanket. This is the blanket my father said he was going to get me for the past 2 years. And every weekend it was the same story. I'm going to get your blanket this weekend, son. Yeah, right there. Sunday, Saturday, maybe just the weekend goes by and I still don't have my blanket. I'm sitting here going, some kind of joke. Eventually, I talk him into getting the blanket. Now, we're online at the department store. And in front of me is this whining kid screaming her head off. And this poor mother trying to shut this kid up. Now, you probably all seen this happening. Mischievous kids all around. And you can always find out 3 things. One, you find out the kid's name. This is due to the fact that the mother says it about 9 billion times a second.
Dora, cut it out. Dora, stop that. Dora, stop it. Dora, Dora!
You get the picture. Second of all, you find out what kind of mother it is. Now, if she's a smart mother, she'll try to bribe the kid into shutting up.
Dora, if you be good, Mommy will buy you some candy.
This should pacify about 85% of crime babies. Obviously, it was rejected. Stupid kid has got nougat. This stuff is food. Like now we find out that the mother tries a new approach.
Dora, when you get home, you're going to get the best of your life!
What a stupid thing to say, especially when you consider the fact that she's only 2 years old. She says threats like that when you really mean it. And I give her a spanking that's bigger than any spanking she's gotten so far, and will be bigger than any spanking she could ever hope to get. The kind of spanking you give to a kid after they drop-kick their pet hamsters in the neighbor's outdoor swimming pool during their 4th of July barbecue. In Dora's case, I think she'd only have to wait 2 years for that to happen. Now, last of all, we find out the mother's state of mind.
Dora, you're driving me crazy!
The mother is admittedly Looney Tunes. That's all, folks. Now, when I asked my father if I was ever that bad, he wouldn't say anything. Just gave me some weird look. Anyway, I'm going to bed. My new dog.
I know that what I'm about to do is sly, sneaky, conniving, and underhanded. But it's just so damn effective, I can't help but do it. Dad? Hi, Carter.
Well, you know I'd love to. Go ahead, your mother.
Darn, like I didn't see that answer coming. Okay, so most people would be a little discouraged after such a crash and burn on their first try. But I'm used to being tested by Mom for all the real businesses. The only reason I asked my father in the first place is because it makes me feel important. Besides, she'll send me right back to him for money as soon as she says that I can have the car. It's sort of a I am rubber and you are glue situation. Mom? Yes? Oh, no.
I see in your eyes already. You want something, don't you? You know, all I get all day long is I want this or I want that. Give me the coffee or my soup is cold.
Hey, honey, give me a beer, please.
Or, Hut, give me a beer. Hut, you get off your lazy ass and walk the whole human around to the kitchen that's 10 feet away from you and get your own damn beer? Pretty please?
I'll take that as a no.
watch this. I just wanted to say, I love you, Mommy.
But
Dear sweet baby. Come here and give your mother a great big hug. Sorry for yelling. I'm under stress lately. You know, problems too, you know? Sure, Mom. I understand. Still, there's no reason for my snapping at you like I did. God, I'm so ashamed. Is there anything I can do to make it up to you? Well, now that you mention it, yeah? Can I borrow the car tonight? Sure, my sweet baby. Oh, and, you get some Milo on your way home, please? Your father needs the money for it. Anything you say, Mom. You see, it works every time.
if I could go back in time, I would go to the late 60s just to see my uncle. From what my parents and grandparents tell me, he was a full-blown hippie, the kind of guy who would just sit in his room and think of all this weird philosophical stuff.
Maybe the letter B is supposed to look like the letter Q. Somehow along the way, it got mixed up. Groovy.
They tell me he used to take part in those peace rallies. He got arrested at 3 of them.
Maybe mirrors are actually portholes to another dimension. And the only reason you can't just push through with your finger is there's another one on the other side pushing with an equal force. Groovy.
He met his wife at Woodstock. Of all places, that's so cool.
Maybe what we see, colors, are actually the opposite, like a photo negative, man. That way, Jimi Hendrix is actually a white guy. Groovy.
That is all in the head.
How come those British people put extra U's in the word, like color and flavor? Hey man, maybe there's some dude over like Venice or London or someplace like that, wondering why Americans leave the U's out of words.
It's so funny. Now he's so different. He's a vice president of a Fortune 500 sales corporation. Has a $600,000 house. And yes, it's horrible but true. He listens to light music.
Pardon me, do any one of you have any grateful thought? Loving items that have run out? Sorry.
Such a tragic thing, isn't it?
Frank? Frank? Hey, Frank! No, the guy was here a minute ago. Frank, get out of here!
Oh, hey, Aaron. Following up.
Oh, great. I feel like the terrific weight has been lifted off of my shoulders.
Good. There is one thing, though.
You know what I'm most grateful for? Is that I don't have to go to the prom with Dave anymore. I mean, he didn't say anything about not taking me, but I think I know him well enough to safely say that he does not want to go with me anymore. That's going to be fun.
Well, that was easy to say about ever for somebody.
The only problem I have now is that I have to really knock out the running limousine and no Dave. What should I do?
I can't believe she's asking me what she's going to do. How ironic.
No, maybe I just won't go. I'll be coming home for shit.
No! No. You can't consider it. Believe me. We'll regret it. I mean, you'll regret it later on in life.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I got it. Maybe I'll go with that Joey Brickler guy.
Joey Brickler, the president of the illustrious bocce ball club. This is the one who got so nervous when he went on stage to accept his perfect attendance award that he wet himself in front of the entire student body. This is obviously quality prom day material.
Wouldn't I give Dave that? We seemed there was such a geek. Oh my God, just a little bit of a payback, a little bit of revenge to get him back for the 5 months of hell he took.
What was that you said before about having fun?
Oh yeah, well, I guess you're right. By the way, who wants to get Dave mad anyway? You know, he should have a good time, I should have a good time. We shouldn't piss off everybody there, now should we? But there's still a little time. Who could I ask?
You could ask me.
You? Really?
Oh my God, I can't believe I said it. The word just slipped out of my mouth. I wonder if I can take it back. I'll just say, oh no, I was pulling your leg, something like that. Oh God, he's in the church.
Would you really go with me? I mean, you've been such a sweet guy, and you've helped me out so much all this time.
Oh, I'm sure we'll have fun. I mean, maybe not in the hormonal sense of the word, but it'll be fun.
Sure. I mean, what a great time. You know,
Well, maybe this hasn't been so bad. I mean, I'm sure we won't become boyfriend and girlfriend right away, but... My girlfriend! I forgot about Mindy!
Frank?
Mindy!
Frank, look, I have to tell you. Someone else asked me the problem, and I would really like to, and I feel so bad about it.
You want to go with someone else? Sure. Go ahead. Don't worry about me. The important thing is that you have fun.
Really, Neva?
Scout son. Well, I wasn't really into Boy Scouts. There's always some still coming.
Oh, Frank, you're such a sweetheart. Oh, Dave, I'm ready.
Remember all the stuff I said before about hating irony? Just pretend I've never said it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man who wrote and directed this masterpiece, Mr. James Kass.
Next Thursday we're going to a drama competition in Newport, Pennsylvania at the Bucks County Playhouse. And we're bringing the show. And we need like feedback from people who've seen it already before we make asses out of ourselves for competition. So we should, if anyone has like comments or criticisms or questions or anything. Yeah.
Don't say it's not a competition.
I've seen plays where they've gone a lot worse than that and they've won. So it really.
Oh, then, by all means. Be realistic.
Yeah. Yes.
I know like you, a lot of what you're doing with the arguing and stuff like that and carrying on the conversation, you're talking very fast. And I understand doing that stuff to make people really talk, right? However, when you're on the stage and you talk real rapid like that, you can't understand what you're saying. So make sure that you enunciate and then you slow it down sometimes so that your articulation is something like it. You don't lose the words. If they're good words, you don't want to lose them. Okay?
Yes. I've actually seen lots of movies. They take out his shirt sleeves, cut out a lump, and they're like actually pink and black. Well, dead. Who cares? Yeah. He just canceled on Wednesday. He didn't know what was going on. I talked to him in chorus and said, "You want to do this?" And he goes, "Yeah." Anybody else? Where's Joanna? Joanna's part of the production, and she asked this question. Anybody?
There she is, back row. Way back row. What do you think, Joanna?
I think this one before this one is better.
Yeah.
Because in the last one, the one that I just saw was if you were talking to that Penny, you didn't get one and you go home.
I think the whole audience is good.
Good job, Zola.
Yeah, Tony.
No,
Stewart. Real cigar, food beer. Stewart. Yeah, Amy. Oh. My hope.
How about that phone?
Well, that was, I think, psychology cheat sheet. I'm sorry.
Next time, smoke a real one.
Next time, yeah, I'll pass it around. The props were, that refrigerator was built this week. It's all wood. I know it looks kind of like realistic back there, but it's all made out of wood. Painted. The door is an actual refrigerator door. The rest of the props were gathered by Kathy Straczynski and Gladys, who's sitting back there. I think we're not going to stay with her. Everyone. Yeah. Right. It's supposed to be a really quick break from screaming at her, and then, she says this one thing, and everyone, she falls apart. Yeah. Hopefully, like last period. Last period was really good. I don't know why this period wasn't as good as last period. Anybody else? How long did it take you to write this play? I wrote it during the last 4 days of spring break. Or winter break.
4 days?
Yeah, 4 days. The whole 16 Candles, the movie, was written in a weekend. Really? People don't know that yet. How many plays? Good thing you asked. From what we could tell, there are 8 plays competing in the competition next week. One is our play, and one is a play written by Shelley Knaus called The Waiting Place, which is being directed by Shannon and Terry. And so it's basically 8 plays. It's all high school junior high. Everyone go on. Yeah. Yeah, we have a half-hour time limit.
Did you have to edit more on that?
Well, actually, last year I wrote a play called Perfect Time. And I purposely write plays, I wrote them just for bugs. That one to go. I purposely write them only 10 pages long, because it usually takes about 3 minutes a page. Yeah.
You realize the fact that everyone goes to grab the Pepsi and plays in the
It's only 3 in a row, like 3 or 4 scenes in a row where people go to get soda. Well, I saw Dave before when he went to get the soda. He didn't open it. Drums don't really care about that stuff. We just, we change backstage and over here.
We wish we had a sponsor.
Anyone else? Really, they get this too. Oh, I got their attention too now. Anybody else? Come on, get us something you want to know. Guess not. Okay, thanks for coming.